Hello, lovely listeners, and good morning, Kim.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to talk about, as Jill says, quote, generational gifts. Yep. Uh, it's like we were talking about patterns, talked a lot recently about patterns and
Yeah.
things happening in our life and looking at what our parents did and what we might be doing the same pattern or doing what they did when they were younger. And now we said we weren't going to do that.
Yeah, we talked
We're,
about that the other day.
yep, we're going deeper in that. Yeah.
I
Oh,
will say my quote was, or I said, generational gifts. And then I was like,
yep.
are they?
Oh,
Yes,
they,
they are. But we have a
yes,
little bit of a hard time receiving them as gifts. And when I say we, it's not just me, Kim, like we've seen these patterns now and various things that have been going on the last couple of weeks. And sometimes, a gift comes to us and it can take a while for us to recognize it as a gift. And I,
yes.
I I feel like that's a pattern that's going on right now. Like people are having things served to them in their lives and they're like, what the fuck?
Yep, yep. Um, and as we're talking about the things from our parents that they have guided us, shown us uh, different experiences in the past, and we now have choices, which I feel like our parents, and I'm going to go to the people that are, say, 65 and above, pick on that generation, 65 and above. Um, they didn't have very many choices when they were younger. There was a lot of work, and you had to work very, very, very hard. And it was, you get slapped if you didn't do the right thing. Like they went through a lot when they were younger. Most people in this area, okay? I'm not
Most,
talking
yeah,
about everybody. Yeah.
exactly. Yep.
And then when they're growing up, they got to also see Disney World show up. They got to see cartoons show up. They got to see all this like fun entertainment things start showing up. And they started almost getting very wrapped up in that and getting ungrounded, unbalanced. That created some of their habits or uh, what we would think is a negative now. Like, oh, why are they so whimsy? Why are they so out there? Why are they this? And it's like, well, they were just working very hard. And then they actually got to show them how to like actually have fun and relax and like almost disconnect from reality. They liked that.
They got to go to Disneyland. Come on.
Yeah. They got to see some pretty cool stuff being evolved. And my generation, I'm in my 40s, and it's kind of like, well, it's always been around. I grew up, there's, for us, Valley Fair down in Shakopee. It's like, ooh, you get to go fun and like all these things. And it wasn't like something new and upcoming. And so we can stay more balanced in it.
Yeah, we can go from work into hard work into relaxation and back and forth. They really couldn't. I mean, honestly, like this generation that's still on Earth and that doesn't right now, 65 and older, they don't get a lot of attention any longer. Which is kind of sad because they had some very, very amazing gifts that, they have given to us. And anyway, it was basically for that generation, you were a child until around six. And then everything was training for adulthood. And then they grew up, if they're around 60, 65, they went through the 50s era where the teenage era started to emerge. And
Yeah.
like you said, Kim, we look at this stuff like it's always been around, and it hasn't always been around. It's actually pretty new. And I know my dad was recently telling me a story that I'd never heard before. And it was amazing because he saw a rodeo. And I was watching him. He was going back in time and he was 6 years old. And his uncle took him to this rodeo. And my dad
Wow.
was telling me this story. And like you said, Kim, like things were around, but not like it is today where, it's very easy to go to Valley Fair multiple
Yep.
times a year if you want. Like my dad's in his 80s. He has a memory of going to a rodeo once in his childhood and it being a huge, significant moment in his life. That at 82, he literally traveled back to that experience. That's how powerful it was.
That's unbelievable. That's awesome.
And it was wonderful to like watch it. I was like, wow. Because he saw the sign for the same rodeo.
Yeah.
And he was like, I went there when I was sick.
And you could see that childlike energy coming out of him in that moment.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of, so I get a lot of clients who are very frustrated with their parents. And they're like, my mom and this, my mom this. And wow, like they went through some hard stuff. Not that we need to discredit their current behavior, but I look at what they went through. Oh my goodness. Okay. In my head, all of a sudden the Holocaust showed up. So
Yeah.
they went through some crazy stuff in their time frame. And you kind of sit there and wonder why they are, and I'm saying this lightly, okay? Mental, as people will call them, oh my gosh, they're just mentally not present. Oh, they got dementia. They got this. And oh my gosh, I just can't deal with them. Can't deal with their brain. It's like, oh, they just went through a mind fuck world. And we're looking back and we're getting everything almost handed to us now. Things are coming a lot easier, a lot faster for us. Not saying we don't have troubles.
We
Not
do.
saying we don't have traumas.
Right. Right. When it's not that it's easy peasy, but that generational gift they gave to us, there was a lot that generation did that laid the groundwork for what we're capable of doing. And I
Yep.
think today, and I think one of the things that's going on is that, and it's a generational gift. Is it? And as we're talking here, Kim, my heart has just melted and I'm like, yes, these are gifts. And yes, it can be challenging to deal with, you know, a parent, say, who doesn't want to mentally check in,
Yep.
and so all of it is happening, all of
Yep.
it. But I think we're overly focused on the moment now, and we're forgetting the generational gift that's also right there in front of us. And granted, it might take a while to really, really, really see and love and cherish the gift, but
Yep.
I know full well it's a gift now, and it's worth giving it enough time. It's worth receiving it, and it's worth giving it enough time to have it, like all of the giftedness of it, get revealed.
Yep. Oh, getting the message. If you're struggling with a parent right now, ask them to tell you a story. Your dad pops up in my head with his rodeo. And just say, ask them to tell you a story of their childhood, something fun that they did. It brings them back to joy, enlightenment. It cuts through the tension that you might be having with them. It brings you back to a moment where you could see their light again.
Nice. And I love, love, love that question, Kim. That is brilliant. And I got there too, that you might get an instantaneous response. If I can't remember, I don't know. You might get a little resistant. So you might have to do a little sweet, gentle coercing as well.
Yep.
Like, there's got to be something wonderful. I'm not sure how to do it, but just know the first request you might not get open willingness. Like and with my dad, I didn't actually make a request. It like kind of spontaneously came up, and so he was open to it coming out.
Yep.
If someone has been kind of far removed from their childhood, what is it, childlike wonder and joy, it might take a little encouragement to get them to go there.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Any more messages for this going on there?
Right. No.
I know. I was like,
No.
"Oh,
They're just the same. It's like our story that we just said, the information just came through, also started repeating in my head. When it starts repeating, that's when I know that they said everything we want to say.
All right. Well, this was a surprise. I think I love where this went. Kim and I really didn't know. So no doubt someone who's hearing this, or maybe many, hopefully many who are hearing this is exactly the message you needed today. So thank you for listening. Thank you, Kim.
Thank
And
you, Bill. Thank you, everyone.
Yep. Until next time.